Hi, for today's teardown we have this Kodak Ektachem DT60 II. So it is apparently a 90s era laboratory blood serum analyzer from Germany. I received it from eBay. Quite a huge and heavy unit made by Kodak. I did not even know Kodak made laboratory equipment. So what do we have? We have a printer, keyboard with LCD display, all in German, thank you very much. And by the way, it is a very poor design and not good keyboard, because you have absolutely no feedback of what you are pressing. And on the right is the analytical equipment. Apparently you will use some kind of consumable cartridge or card with a barcode that you will insert here, and you will drop your blood or serum sample here with a pipette or something, and then it will process it. This door here will open to give access to the equipment inside. We will have, of course, a complete detailed look at this. And it is all for the front side. A little close-up for you on the keyboard. So all in German. Patienten ID, Lution, function, service mode. We will try to see if we can do anything with it. Calibration and gab. We'll show even what it is for. Enter or start the analytical process maybe. And here we have a sticker from the previous owner with a memorandum with all the things maybe you can measure with this device. In German, it helps a lot. Okay. Then what else? Excuse me, I have to unzoom. This thing is huge. Not extra easy, but oops, huge. And actually there was another model on sale by the same seller on eBay without keyboard on display, apparently for a more automated process with a disk loader or something like this. But I did choose to purchase this one because of the convenience of having a keyboard on display to test it. And I believe analytical system will be the same in both devices. The other one has just an automatic loader or something. So here on the side, drawer for trash expanded cartridges, probably, that will fall in here after being used. It is written to keep it in place. So I did not find anywhere for sale the consumables for this unit, so I believe it is obsolete and you cannot use it anymore because you will not find the cartridges you have to use with it. On the back, excuse me, I have camera tubes here making noise. I will get rid of them. Just picture tubes from cameras. Okay, so on the back, of course, your mains input, some kind of a breakout box here with plugs for auxiliary equipment. Maybe you could connect it to other systems. I have no exactly informations, and I did not even find free to download user manual for this device. So it is quite hard to guess. Here an interesting label High leakage current, keep grounded. And here an access door with two memory modules you could swap to do other kind of analysis or firmware upgrade maybe, or options, expansions, something like this. This one does, they do have serial numbers on them, but I will need to probably to unglue the sticker to see the model. I will try to read them anyways, and if there are any EPROMs in this device I will read them also. Okay, for the back side, bottom side I guess not much. Well, just the bottom, two big screws here to open the cover. It is hinged and it will open. Some kind of dust filter here. Here it looks like it is missing something, but I did not see inside any unpopulated connector, so not sure what it is for. Maybe it is an option also that is not fitted. And here for you the manufacturer label. So yes, Kodak Ektachem analyzer, service code, serial number 25040, made in USA, okay, by Kodak. Eastman Kodak company, so really the Kodak film company. Interesting. And all the regulatory speech here. Okay. So what next? I will put it back in the normal position and we will try first to power it on. Okay, like so. I believe you will be able to see if anything gets on the printer and anything on the display. So let's do it. Wow, for sure it is turning on. Printer is working. I was lucky enough to find a end of a roll of thermal paper to put inside. Apparently some kind of a printer test here. It says something about D19 connector. Not even sure what it means. I will try to translate it maybe. Test OK. Copyright G and GCD, or J or GCD as you want. So it is not saying copyright Kodak, which is quite interesting. And on the display here, by the way, the bottom line is very bad on this display. It is not working correctly. But the top one is good, and it says, I believe, please wait, starting phase. It is in alt mode, and the right unit here is making weird noises. So we will wait a little bit. Yes, there is definitely stuff happening. Ah. Pleitchen shall barely run. And now it is waiting for the temperature to get to the working condition. So we will wait also. So in the meantime I translated it with my phone. It says the memory apparently has been lost. Okay, probably did backup battery or something like this. And here it says there is no plate loaded. Okay, so it says it is eating. If I open this cap here, is there anything hot? I am not sure, but no, it says the cover has been opened and the test has been cancelled. Okay, so if I try to go in service mode, does it do anything? No. I am not even sure if its keyboard is working at all. Actually, seems it does not react. Whatever. Okay, or maybe it is not enabled when it is eating. So we will wait a little bit more. Or not, it has been like 20 minutes now and nothing is happening else, so maybe the heating element is not working, so it does not reach the working temperature or something like this, and I still cannot do anything with this keyboard, so time to take it apart. Okay, first we will have a closer look at the stuff in here. So when I open this cover, how to do like this. This slider thing will apparently allow to push your test cartridge in this area where it will probably fall in here and then be pushed further with a motorized part here. It will go behind this unit where it looks like you have my guess is an infrared LED source here and some optical piece here going to the whatever sensing element we have at the bottom. It is a dark brown or gray piece, but it must be transparent to infrared. And here we have something else, some kind of a pressure plate, and what seems to be an infrared beam sensor, maybe to read a barcode, and here something with a red lens, like some kind of a LED. Two magnets here to secure the cover in place when it is closed. Okay, so we have wires going on in this part and also wires going in this part. So really it looks like we have quite a lot of stuff in this area. There was a very bad piece of foam over it. Here I had to remove and clean, but there is still some nasty foam stuff. Okay, first thing first, disconnect the mains. Maybe it is a good idea. And then what I will do now is first on the back side there is this black connection breakout module. It looks like it should be possible to remove it completely. So let's try to do it. Then we will open it later. I do not expect to find anything inside, probably just a circuit board with tracks, but we never know. So why not? To be very quick. So here quite specific American, of course, screws with imperial thread and dual head like this. Phillips and the driver. Interesting. And here the screws are slotted for some reason on the IEC plug, and for some reason also here they did use a miniature screw because there is no room for it at this spot, but they could have put it here or on the bottom maybe and use the same size of screw, but no. So this thing seems to be a little bit how you doing. We will see inside maybe some nice surprises. So does it come off? Yes. Bigger connector here. Black plastic case here with nice gold contacts on this connector at least. This one is a plastic one. Okay. Okay. And approved by the tour in Stuttgart. Hello to my German viewers. So this is off. Now I have to turn it around and undo the two big screws we did see at the bottom. It will allow to lift the wall cover and get it out of the way. Try to at least, because my bench light is a little bit in the way. So you just need to loosen the screws and it will allow to undo the cover. So it seems it is made for easy access, but I do not see a lot of user replaceable parts in here. So the cover will come like this. EV plastic on this thing. It looks like I have here, where is it? Here, some date written, but it is very stamped. It is very, very faint. Maybe it is 1993, but really not easy to tell. Okay, quite some piece of rubber here for the back cover, and here for some reason the plastic is damaged. Maybe they did put it nearby something with it. Okay, so what do we have? We have keyboard and display assembly, main motherboard, printer, fan, IEC input, and the wall analytical system here. So about this keyboard and display unit, it is not secured in any means. When you undo the cover, it will just go like this. Quite not even one screw or one clip or anything, just press fit with the main cover. Not really impressive. So if I unconnect this, regular Taiwan made LCD display here, I had to reglue it because actually it arrived with a display loose in the device because of dry plastic here. Maybe it did break with vibrations in the transit, while the parcel externally was not damaged. And nice aluminium plate here for the keyboard, which is just yes, silver foil keyboard, nothing impressive, no feedback. Okay, no backlight on this display, even if it is apparently there is provision for a backlight here, but they did not use it. Made by Densitron. Here is the model number for you playing at home. Okay, so this will go out of the way. We have an insulation plastic plate here, which is also completely loose, not secured in any means. And when it is removed, we'll see the wall thing. And yes, here is our memory backup battery that is dead. Regular photo battery CR123A. Yes, of course, if you are a camera manufacturer, you will use a photo battery. And one sticker about iPod test in 1993. So I was right, it is a 90s vintage. Okay, time to put the camera overhead. Then we will have a look first at this, on this, and then I will remove the analytical unit here to have a better look at it. And it will be a little bit of work, mainly because you will see rust nest here. Wow. Okay, let me put the camera overhead. So first we will have a look in this breakout box real quick to check if there is anything of interest in here. I believe I need to remove those standoffs. Okay, they are not extra tight, so maybe I guess we have just a circuit board. Apparently there is even a provision for an extra plug here they did not use on this model. No part number or whatever on this box. No screws here. At least I do not know what I will do with this unit, but at least there is good Imperial hardware to retrieve if I decide to scrap it, because it is not the kind of stuff I can keep long term because of storage problems. So what do we have? Yes, as expected, the circuit board, but at least some kind of configuration jumpers here. On the two ICs, including one in ceramic, so a little bit better than expected. Okay, it is called adapter. So there is one single output on the device and we will connect different things, while actually this connector here seems to be the same one than here. Okay, so I will put this back together and we will go to the main unit. Okay, the main unit, we will start with the mains input. So switch here above the IEC connector that seems to be at the same time a circuit breaker by Airpacks. Yes, very serious brand, and we have specifications on the side. Okay, yes, seems it will cut at 4 amps in 250 volts. Okay, big made in Switzerland Schaeffner mains filter. Your fan with a lot of caution stickers because moving parts and high voltage. What else? Ah, here actually the mains voltage selector switch, quite nice like this, that will be connected to your power supply. Printer itself, just two connections, one flat flex for the thermal head and cable for the motor, nothing in particular. On the side here, look at this, wow, can you see this? Serious grounding point with thick at least a 5 mm thick block of copper. So spare no expense for this at least, but back in the time copper was not that expensive, and Panaflow fan. Okay, then we will have a look at the power supply if my bench is deep enough. So apparently SPC Supreme Power Conversion, as it is written here, switch mode power supply with quite serious construction, a lot of feedback, current sensing and things like this. Big fuse over here. Not sure if we have the specs of this thing written anywhere, but really, driver board here, a lot of coils and rectifiers on metal plates like this. Okay, so nothing to complain about here. They did outsource the power supply, and seems it is quite correct one. It is connected with two very serious connectors of this particular kind, common model. I have seen it already, like such. So good stuff here at least. Okay, then we can start to have a look at the main board. So we have apparently yes, processor, microprocessor, either this one or this one, I guess, by Toshiba, chip here 8085. One other thing here, some RAM it seems here, or electrically erasable RAM or something. Maybe it is the one we did lost because of a bad battery here. EPROMs with firmware I will try to read for you if I can pop them off, because there is not really a lot of reach. I will need to find some kind of angled tool to pry them off, but I will do it. The external accessible memories are on a Dover board like this. Here we have another Dover board. I guess this one might be for the printer. It is obviously off-the-shelf board, this one. Probably printer driver, and we have a lot of more chips here. Probably the analog front end here to the scientific analytic unit, motor drivers and things. Weil Pay Fisher crystal oscillator with a very specific frequency here. Wow. And Calmos brand ICs. It is the first time ever I see this brand. Quite a bunch of them. They are all the same model. So about the analytical unit, I see a cylinder covered with copper foil here at the back. Big stepper motor. A big flat cable here going to a board apparently on the bottom. You cannot see it, is in this box here. You can see it. Big so there is another circuit board, but the most interesting thing I believe in here is this. Look at this, how crazy they went with ferrites. Wow, we have at least 3 ferrites on each cable, but they did not bother putting a label over the cables to help figuring out which one must go at which point. Donc even here we have 2 ferrites with 2 wires together, and then 3 ferrites on each one of the wires. All this probably for an infrared beam sensor. Wow, quite interesting. You will notice we have here little board mounted LEDs for some kind of status readout, and also I did just notice here we have a push button, so maybe it will be it could access to go into service mode or reset something. Okay, so to remove the main analytical unit, I need to undo, well, screws, it is not a problem, but all of those connections. But I want to be eventually able to reinstall them in the correct order, eventually. So I will take some time and try to color code them before I disconnect them. Okay, much better. Now I can start to undo the screws. We have a big rounding up here. We have a box to store the screws and apparently 3 screws on the top. This one is loose, by the way. That should allow to do the whole science package. 2 more grounding straps here on the side. It is a little bit loose because maybe you need to adjust them according to the main cover. You have to adjust the position to avoid any conflict with the cover. Maybe it is this. Okay, 2 grounding straps. This one I can just get it out of the way like this. And this unit should lift off if I undo the few extra connections here, I guess. Okay, we are good. So in here, nothing, aluminum mesh and 1 shielding plate in front of the waste container. Okay. So I guess it is not necessary to bother undoing the main board from the case. There will be nothing of interest on the bottom side. We did see already everything. Quite amazed about those Calmos ICs, by the way. And before powering it back, I need to check if I did reinstall this board in the correct position, because there is no, you can flip it around, which is actually pretty bad design. They could have used one of those holes to do a thing with a standoff and prevent you inserting the wrong way. Okay. And the connector has a quite serious Molex plug for himself. Wow. So at least the teams responsible for the power supply department of the unit was doing good work. The hardware team, I am not so impressed. Well, it works, I guess, but weird hardware, and why mixing so different sizes of screws, I am not sure. Plastic team was, well, we must do plastic, let's do it. And now we will check the work of the, excuse me, main analytical unit part team. So what do we have here? Loose cover here. So apparently 3 measure units. The circuit board here with something stuff probably going to this aluminium foil protected cylinder. The cover unit with auxiliary stuff here, and motor again by Airpacks stepper motor, some infrared beam sensor here, so sensing the position of your slider part here most probably. Okay, and here the main cover with hinge. So I am wondering if it could be possible to pop out this hinge axis and then have a better access. Yes, it would be much easier for me if I can do each part separately for you. Yes, look at this, really cool. And now everything is coming off like this in different parts. It is really nice. I am checking about this unit here. It seems like we have a metal block in here. So we will have a look at this later, but first a look at those parts here. And we will start with this cover, screwdriver, apparently 3 Phillips screws here will allow to undo the wall cover part. So quite a serviceable unit, except for the connectors that are not color coded in any way. Maybe they each have a different number of contacts. Yes, maybe on shape. Maybe they did do it that way, but it's not super easy. A label with a letter or a number or something matching one on the circuit board would be much better. And here you can see the ferrite but loose on the wire. They could have put a second zip tie here to secure them in place at least. And why putting 4 toroidals like this when you could put a cylinder one? Not sure if it makes any difference. So the cover like this, no factory markings on these plastic parts. You will notice usually you have things with a composition of a plastic and manufacturing date and things like this, but on the brand of a plastic company, but not here. Maybe they were made in house at Kodak. So what do we have here? Not easy to tell. There is a spring-loaded part here and here that will spring like this to press the plate apparently. I have this here and this. So do we have wires going in this part? No, it is just a mechanical part. Pressure plate apparently. You can see like this. Pressure here with a spring. Hinge here with a screw, but no electrical parts here, so we not bother undoing this. Here those false wires are just for an infrared sensor. Here, I guess to read the barcode or guess detect the presence of whatever kind of cartridge we had here. But here we have an interesting unit with super tiny Allen screw securing in place. And I was expecting to find a regular LED, but not. It seems to be something more fancy. So let me try to locate the matching imperial size wrench for this screw. Wow, I feel lucky today. I should play to the lottery. Okay, and it should pop off. Wow. Hewlett Packard HBCS 1100. Wow. HBCS 1100 with a built-in red filter. So this is not what I did expect, and this seems to be rare and fancy. Let me check if I can find any datasheet about this. I will link them in the video description. Okay, so nice find at least in here. Try to reinsert it in his slot. Quite a tight fit actually. Maybe they did even provide the second screw here. I guess it might be an extractor. Yes, look at this. It is an extractor screw that will help you to extract the thing without pulling on the legs, which is exactly what I did do, by the way. So this is nice. Touch to details here. Attention to detail. Very good. So this device was probably super expensive, by the way. Okay, there is nothing else in this part. I will put it back together and we will go to the little one. Next one. And for some reason it will not fit together anymore. Yes, no. Not really. We have the wire in the way. Okay. Now it is good. Okay. So this little thing here will require even more zoom. We have two metal plates here, but I believe it is just to keep the wires in place. We have one more, apparently, infrared sensor here, which is quite weird because I do not see anything that can move here. So let's open it. Okay, it is actually this kind of grip part that will grab probably on your test cartridge like this. It will grab the test cartridge and it will allow you to know the test cartridge is correctly grabbed and in position. And we have other side, I believe it will be the same thing. All this for a block of metal with one unit here going in it, but it looks like it is one single solid block of metal. This part is inserted and maybe secured by an Allen screw here, but the Allen screw is actually very deep compared to this part here. I am not sure. Let me check if removing this back piece will reveal anything else. So my guess is infrared light source. You hit the material and it will emit infrared for the sensing purpose. Okay, now the screw is just adjustment screw for this plate here. It will allow to push it a little bit further apparently to adjust it, but it is not what is responsible for the actually it is not secured like the just like the keyboard or the display assembly. Just press fit some thermal grease and yes, so it is an heater element. So this unit will heat and spread infrareds probably that will be used by the whatever kind of receiver we have in the other assembly. Okay, so I put this back together, nothing else to see here really, so I'll put this back together and then we will go to the main unit. So this part, what do we have? First, it is very heavy, really quite impressed. So since we have a plastic cover here, let's try to remove it. And we have apparently screws that should allow to remove this unit here. There is some kind of a micro switch here, but this wall science unit looks like it is secured with 4 screws. So let's try to undo it. This one is active by the way because of the other part. So if I undo this and I undo this, and this maybe, yes, we are good. So this is off. So just a cylinder with yes, some kind of lens here or filter surface that will go to this whatever cylinder and one mystery circuit board. But first we have here this unit, which is by the way a serious block of die-cast metal. Looking quite impressive. Two more screws. Wires going to it, so I believe you will need to heat your sample or something like this. Let it come off. Yes. Okay, so this is quite a serious piece of metal. Not magnetic, but super heavy. So is it tinned copper? Do you think it could be tin copper? Let's test it on some area. Yes, it is red inside. It is tin copper. Wow. So some kind of a heat sink or heat purpose part, and here we have this unit that is still captive. So let me undo the cover here. So just the motor here with some kind of a mechanism to drive your cartridge in the reading area. But if I undo this, like such, okay, so yes, here more heating elements that are just inserted like this in this thing. Probably another block of copper here, and I guess we have 2 heating elements and 1 temperature sensor, like such, and it is now completely loose. So really, it looks like everybody did not work the same way in the company when making this thing, and these units are pretty not secured in the block here. Quite weird. Here we have our yes, driver part like this. Yes, you can see the motor will turn and it will push the sample plate will drop in here, and then it will be pushed further. So this something of this kind. Okay, stainless steel plate here in 2 parts, because we have this part here which is inserted like this. Okay, oh, nothing else. There is no use at undoing the motor, so let's try to reassemble this thing. Try to, because for some reason it is not that easy, and it is more or less spring-loaded. Okay, but now I know what we have in this area. Interesting. So I need to reinstall also this wall aluminium piece, copper piece here with 5 screws, yes, on the cover over it, like this, which has which purpose? Just some kind of insulation, but really not really an insulation. This is supposed to heat. I do not know at which temperature, but they did not even bother putting heat resistant material, so it does not be very hot. Okay, I will reinstall all of this real quick. So quick screws here. Look at this. Wow. So at least no lack of copper in this unit. So this I will clean it a little bit before I put it back. And nothing else. Maybe the specs of the motor for you. Okay, but now we are left with the main unit. So it is apparently where all the magic happens. We have this shielding secured with 1 screw. It should slide off with opportunity to damage your flat flex here. Very nice. Okay, and by the way, a lot of dust in here. It is very dirty. And by the way, wow, this flex cable, you can see the solid copper tracks in here, made by Ateok. So serious stuff. So we have the main board with one analog devices AD7552KN, TK92 plastic case. A few, wow, they are look like transistor but not they are. AD5499LH, and this one has 3 legs, so it is not the same. No, this one is transistor, but those ones are probably op-amps. A bunch of trimmers here, and we have 2 screws that seem to allow undoing this cylinder here. So let's try it. I see what looks like hot glue, but with a little bit of wiggling it comes right off. So we have this unit. I hope it will be possible to take it further apart after undoing the copper foil, but here it seems we have the main detection elements, actually just 2 fancy photodiodes, VTB5051B, okay, and 3 LEDs of different colors. Yellow, well, this one seems more red than yellow, actually. Red one and green. So what I can do, I can use my component tester maybe and try to shine, have them shining. Yes, very quickly, but it is orangey yellow, not really yellow. And this one here we can expect to have green. Oops. Yes, pure green here. Okay. Okay. So it is what we have in here. So you will shine different colors to this unit and you will detect them through these photodiodes, and also you will shine probably infrared from the other side with the heating element. So we are left with this piece of copper foil around with Kapton, which I will undo. I have Kapton in stock, so I should be able to reinstall some Kapton if I can undo this copper foil without ruining this. Well, it is not something impossible to find, copper foil, but okay, 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 okay. So, well, it looks like it will be easier than expected. I will just node the position, so I will know how to, which way is the correct one. Here just a plastic part, and I see there is a cover here, but look at this. They did press fit some pins in here. Wow, that is bad, because it will prevent me undoing them, I guess. Let me try to pull on them anyways, but no. Why? Why you doing this? You could just use 2 screws, 2 set screws. but no, so actually seems to be some kind of optical filter unit. Let me grab a light, maybe, if I find one, and this one. If I shine a light here, yes, it is shining through, so it is some kind of a conductor, optical conductor we have in here and here like this. So it is all connected together, but we will not. In this direction, the light is brighter on those ones than in the middle one. But if I do the other way, well, it is not easy to tell, but so we have some kind of an optical splitter in here, probably with filters or things like this. But sadly, it is not possible to have a better look at it because of those damn press fit pins. That will probably be super hard to undo. What I could try is to find a super tiny screw that will thread in, and then I could pull. Let me try to do this. I have here a little box with some screws I did salvage in some cameras I took apart eventually, and some other equipment. So I have a few screws in stock. It is not even all, this is the main stock. This is one auxiliary stock of small screws. Not even talking about the stock of bigger screws. So let me try to find one that is thin enough that it will fit in here. No, this is not even close to be good. And I do not think I have anything thinner, because thinner than this, it is not camera's screws you need, it is watches screws. And I do not have such small stuff. Wow. Wait, I have something thin here, I guess. That it will be still too big. Yes, a lot too big. Okay, another idea maybe. Another ID, I need another ID. And it will be my last attempt. Try to see if drilling the damn thing would give any result. Oh. He did grab, actually, he did grab on it, but no success whatsoever for now. Or I can just drill several times and try to increase the diameter. No luck. Let's try the other side. Why not? It is doing something. I do not want to go too deep to avoid damaging what we have inside, but no, it will slip. Or I have to put a drop of super glue on my drill and then let it dry, but I do not think it will be successful anyways. Okay. So in case I decide to scrap this thing, then I will open it with a saw here along, or maybe just actually making a slot in this area here to give space for the thing to slide out should be enough. It is an idea, but given how thick this plastic is, and by the way it seems to be glass fiber reinforced, so probably very hard. Just let me probe it. Yes, it is not a soft material, definitely. Okay. Made in 92. Okay. So quite sad, we did not see what we have in here. So it is just probably a clear block of clear material with filters. Maybe the filters are here already, or maybe we have some kind of optical fiber stuff. But well, I'm not lucky with those pins. That will not come off at all. No. Okay, at least I did try. I did my best. I did my best. So, let me restore real quick this drill bit. Okay. So, well, I guess it is all for this thing. We did see the main area of interest here, but this one will keep its secrets for now, because look at this, it is just, and there is not even a screw securing in its place, because this can't turn because of pins and metal holes here. So why they did not use maybe some extra parts here around to put 4 screws or just even clips on the side? It is just loose like this and secured by the aluminium foil. It is quite surprising actually, this thing. They could have done much better for probably a very expensive equipment. They are not at 2 or 3 screws detail, so okay. So I will put on this back together, try to, okay, not too bad, and I guess it will be all for this device. Sad there is no way to really test it. It is not, seems it is not doing anything, or you have to wait a lot longer. But anyways, we've erased lost memory. Maybe we did lost calibration on everything, and all the proper calibration accessories and procedures are not possible to find anymore. So a nice block of copper here at least. And well, I will try to put this back together. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.